I'm Greg La Follette. I decided that I wanted to be a winemaker when I was 17 years old. I used to come up to Santa Rosa every year to the Santa Rosa Highland Games to play the bagpipes and to toss the caber and do Highland dancing. And one day I was with a new winemaker named John Buehler in the Napa Valley. He was walking around with me with a couple of his kids, an infant and a front pack and a little toddler he was popping grapes into. And right then is when I decided that wine growing grew good people. 17 years old, I figured that's what I wanted to do. I think the most important things to know about La Follette Wines is that we are a community of people who've worked together for a lot of years. My growers have been with me over many years and many different projects. The people who helped put La Follette Wines together are the same people that helped put Tandem Wines together, or the same people who helped put Flowers Wines together, and a lot of them the same people that helped put a Cremel Heart Court together. So I held together a community of growers and winemen and women over the years that has transcended any one particular job. My job has been through technology to understand what it is that the land is saying, very much like a musician, and my first major in college was music. But as a musician might, they might strive to understand the language of music, which is the science of music. Things like timbre, meter, pitch, tone. You go to school to learn those things. Though all those things are what go into you. What comes out is the art. What goes in is the science or the language. What comes out is the art. And the art of winemaking, in many ways, is nothing more than the language of yeast cell biology and of vine physiology. How do you speak to a vine on its own level and get it to go where you know that it needs to go and can go? When all it wants to do is make a bunch of canes and leaves, and you want it to repartition its carbohydrate resources into making really yummy and dark, colorful berries. These are the little languages, the little intimate dialogues that you have with grapevines, but you don't get there until you first really understand the language. And that's part of the technology. But then once you know the technology, you got to forget that. You got to forget that you even think that you're smarter or bigger than the land or the rain or the rocks or the wind. We're going to be dust in the wind while this stuff is still here. Well, the Barlow just really resonates with me. It's part of the history of who we are as Sebastopodlians and West Sonoma County folks. And a lot of my growers also were apple processors before, and we're bringing their fruit actually into my old facility and into the Barlow facility. So it's kind of what goes around comes around, and I'm proud and happy to be continuing a part of the agricultural heritage of Sonoma County. You know, I think the Barlow is a good fit for La Follette Wines, A, because we live here and we make our wine here, and we made it here in this area for as long as we've been making wine. So that in and of itself is a natural fit. It's part of the community that we live in. It's our community, it's here, and somebody's put a lot of energy and time and attracted, I think, a lot of really good talent into here to make something that's really attractive and worthwhile for people to come and see.